Everybody got drunk. There was nothing else to do in East Germany, you know, but drink. My uncle and aunt in the farm, they had a field with poppy seeds. And the poppy seed had to go to the government too. When you have a farm, you have so many acres, you have to give them grain, you have to give them, not hay, there was very little, you know, for the cows, but you had to give them grain, potatoes and everything to the government, which supplied that the people in the city. And so we were sitting around, you know, everybody, my cousin and the daughter, she was old enough, and we had a knife, we cut the poppy seed head off, and then we poured in a bowl. But I liked that, so I cut one of them in my mouth, another one in my mouth, and the third one in the bowl. And then that's opium, and it fermented in me, and I felt fine, you know. I didn't feel no pain or nothing for a week, you know. And they had to call the doctor, and the doctor comes on a bicycle from another town. And I was sitting there in the bedroom, and I saw the doctor coming, and she didn't know what to do, so she called, and she said, yeah, there's a shot for it, to get that system out of you. So then she had to wait for that shot. That had to come by postcard. And she got them, then she came back with a bicycle, she gave me a shot here and here. Then I felt, you know, I felt nothing. I mean, no pain, no nothing. You could have cut me with the hand. It would have hurt me. I was like trucked up with that poppy seed. Horses were my favorite animal. When I went with a friend of mine, he had transportation, but he didn't have a truck, he had horse transportation. You know, he moved furniture and everything with a horse wagon. He got volunteered by the communists to take care for 1 month of the hearse. It was a fancy wagon, you know, with pom-poms on it, and you put the coffin in it, and you take it to burial place from the church or that, and the horses had to be put into black crowns over. Even with the ears, just the eyes looked out. And he had to do that. The government volunteered him for that, because he had horses. There was a guy died in the hospital, about 5 kilometers away, and he had to go and get him, the coffin. They put him in a coffin. He had to take him home to be buried. And I went with him, and it was ice. It was freezing. The horses had the icicle underneath the chin, you know, from their slumber. Icicle hanging. And we were cold. We were walking next to the horses, you know, there was a full moon. It was like a day. And he had Turkish cigarette, morphium cigarette. There was all yellow tobacco in it. And he lighted that and let me puff it. And all of a sudden I felt good. I didn't feel cold anymore, nothing. So I went sit on the wagon, on the hearse, put my elbow over the coffin, and I let the horses go. Till we got home, I felt good. That's the second time
How old were you?
Oh, probably 13, 12. Yeah, even when I was 14 and I started my trade as an auto mechanic, my boss, he was in the rapid club. Everybody had rapids at home. We had about 10, 12 rapids at home too. They had a meeting in the bar, and I got in there. We were sitting in the corner. I didn't see him first. I didn't know he was in the rapid club. And we were drinking beer, and we had schnapps. He seen me. And then later on, I was walking on a car, and he said, yeah, he's slow because he's tired, because he was drinking in the bar yesterday. He said, I seen him, and I couldn't deny it. I didn't know he's in the rapid club. I don't know what he did. He talked about rapids racing him or whatever, I don't know. He was in there. I didn't even see him, was too drunk already. That's all we could do, you know. I drink a lot of beer and schnapps. My other school friend, they had a bakery, and they were making dough, bread, and they baked that overnight. The baking oven had a place on top with a mattress on. We used to sleep there. And there was that girl. I never knew, never seen her before. She started as an apprentice. She was the mayor's from a farmer's town, Burger. I got to know her. And we were drinking, a friend of mine, Siegfried, and me, we were drinking, we were drunk already. And I was laying with her up there, and we were talking or whatever. And I wrestled with her. I had a watch, East German watch. It didn't work right. The glass fell out, and the arrow, big arrow and little arrow fell off into the mixing machine. Somebody must have found it in his bread. Had an arrow in it, or even the glass, I don't know, yeah. Plastic glass, anyway. I was so drunk, and the next morning I had to puke. That's happened when you lay down. So I had a tin bucket sitting there. My mother put there on a towel over the pillow. And she opens the door and said, Horst, there's a girl here wants to see you. I said, a girl? What girl? Yeah, I was just sleepy. I said, well, her name is Ilzchen. And then I heard her say behind my mother, I said, why, yesterday you knew me. I said, I know you yesterday, I don't remember. Who are you? So she came in and she sat next to me and I couldn't get my head up. Oh, it was, we got the hangover. So I knew her the day before because we were horsing around and everything. Helsingborg, and I used to date her for a while. And I had another girlfriend from the upper part of Mansfeld. We wanted to go for the New Year's party. I was about 50 maybe already, when I picked her up and we were walking and there was ice on the road and she slipped on the sidewalk and fell on her arm. She broke her arm. I didn't know. And then it hurt, but we went there anyway. When we got in that room where they had the party, where the band was playing, dancing and drinks and everything, I said, we have to find a place. He said, I got a place reserved. Right in front where the piano player sits. There's a place where they put the chairs against the table. That means it's reserved. It says reserved then. He said, how did you reserve that? Oh, I got my way. Friends reserved that for me. So anyway, they take the chairs up and we sit down. And here when they played music, and I heard her hand or something, she was hurting with that arm. That piano player was eyeballing me, and I said to her, I said, that piano player, he always looks at me. He said, oh yeah, that's my father. I put my hands away. And when they had the 10-minute break or so, they quit playing, he came down, he introduced himself. And I told her that she fell on the sidewalk, right on we had sidewalk was about that high from the street. And she hit her arm on it, and he looked at it, it was swollen. So I had to take her home.
Is she the one that sent you the postcard about the two?
Yeah.
Say it, what is the poem again?
2 Rosen im Garten, 2 Hosen im Schrank, die Liebe muss warten, weil ich bin krank. That means two roses in the garden, 2 pants in the closet, and love has to wait because I'm sick. I got that card still somewhere. Was in another town we didn't like our girls, we knew them, we went to school with. So we went, when there was a Volksfest, we used to go there. And the guys, local guys, they didn't like us city folks, So the 2 of them ran away and I left with that girl and she said, I take you to my home. We went in the backyard too, and we were in the barn towards the street. And we had a lantern, there was no electricity in it. So we had a lantern going, and all the cows looked at me, woo, what the straights are doing here. And we were standing on the food box and looking out the window. The guys were standing out there waiting for me to come out, They want to beat me up. So I stayed there. And then she sent me a card too. It said, what the heck does it say? Dein Liebchen, your lover with the barn lantern. So I knew it was, I forgot what it said. I have a bunch of those cards there.
So this is a postcard he got from one of his many girlfriends.
Yeah.
Read the poem.
I will have to read it.
Yes.
I need my glasses on it.
Okay.
Yeah. My darling. Lieber Horst, ich möchte so gerne verheiratet sein, 2 liebliche Kinder, ein eigenes Heim. Okay, you want me to translate it now? Okay. Lovely Horst, I like to be married to you. I like to have 2 lovely kids, own home, and I like to have a baby from you with gold, blonde, but it curls, curly hair, and your eyes from you. Best wishes, me. So she never wrote who she was, and she didn't know how to spell my name either. She spelled it wrong. Yeah, that probably is how she spelled it.